introduction part of this Mulesoft real-time project. And here, as you can see, this particular project will be suitable for two domains. One will be healthcare domain, and another one will be banking domain. Okay, so course content wise, like what all things we will cover here. So we will start from the software setup. Okay, so we have a list of software which we need to set up in our system to complete this project. Okay, so I will help you to do all the installation like Salesforce account, database one, and then MuleSoft related all the software and applications. Okay, so whatever software and applications we need to complete this project, so we will do all the software installation and everything in everyone's system. Okay, and then we will discuss about the agile project development lifecycle, and we will discuss about Scrum. So whenever you will join as a MuleSoft developer, so nowadays mostly we are working on the agile methodology. So this kind of knowledge you people should have. So we will discuss on this part, and then I will help you to do setup of Azure repository, and we'll have some discussion on Azure repository also, like how to clone it, how to commit, how to push pull. So all those kind of SCM activity we will see. Okay, and then we will come to MuleSoft part. So there we will start from the requirement gathering. Okay, so first thing we will do requirement gathering, where we will work on the functional design document. Okay, so I will help you to understand the project functionally first, and then we will capture all the detail in one document, that is functional design document, and then we will go for the API development lifecycle. Okay, so here whatever development we will do, we will follow the complete API development lifecycle. Okay, and that is a standard way. Okay, which we follow in company. Okay, so first thing, like in API development lifecycle, we start from the RAML, then publishing on Exchange, then feedback, and then development testing. So all those kind of things will be there. So same way we will do this project. Okay, and as I mentioned, why like we will follow all the standards at the time of development, what we follow in any company or any big MNC. Okay, so all those standards and things will be followed. Then coming to RAML part, so in RAML, like we'll create the RAML and we'll follow all the best practice. So coming to best practice part, what I mean to say, like we will work on the fragment, we will work on library, resource type, then data type. So whatever best practice you should follow once you will work for any client project, any real-time project, we will follow same best practice and we'll work on RAML part. Okay. So once we will complete the RAML, then we will go for API development. Okay. And here also you need to follow lots of best practice. Okay. You can develop your API, okay, without following any practice. That will work. Technically, there will not be problem, but once it will come for maintenance and once it will go to someone else for review and development enhancement, then it will create lots of trouble. Okay, so as a good API developer, you should follow some best practices. Okay, which will like by following this, in future you will not have any problem or other team member will not have any problem. Okay, so here we will discuss about the API governance. Okay, what all things you should keep in mind while defining resources, while developing API. So all those discussion we will do. Okay, for few example will be like whenever you have any sensitive information like database credential and all, Salesforce credential and all. So those kind of things we should put in encrypted format. Okay, and the like we will have multiple environments. Okay, so for each environment there should be environment property file. Okay, so these are the some examples we should follow, and we will do detailed discussion at the time of development. Okay, so once we will complete the API development part, then we'll go for error handling. Okay, in error handling also MuleSoft provide different strategy. By default, it has default error handling strategy, but apart of that, it has global error handler, flow level error handler, then component level error handler. So we'll see based on our project requirement, which error handling strategy we should follow, and we'll follow that one. Okay. So all those kind of things we will discuss or we will do at the time of error handling and best practice. Then logging is not part of business requirement, but it is very important component when we come for monitoring and troubleshooting. Okay. So from business side, they will not tell you where exactly they want logging and all. But as a developer point of view, whenever like you are doing development, whenever you are doing troubleshooting, and whenever your project will go live, then it need support and maintenance. Okay. At that time, logging play very important role. So we should do enough logging to support our monitoring and troubleshooting. At the same time, we should keep in mind, we should not do too much logging, which will impact the API performance. Okay, so all those kind of discussion we will do at the time of API logging and best practice. Okay, then we will go for testing part. So in testing part, we will follow different strategy. One will be unit testing using Postman, and another one we will work on unit testing, that is automated way of manual test, automated way of unit testing. So we will do both kind of testing, and we will see how to write script and all for this unit testing part. Okay. Then next we have this security policy part. So this will be again very key point. Okay, whenever you are developing any API. So if you are developing any API and you are moving it on a higher environment like production and all, and your API is not secure, then it will create lots of trouble for your client. Okay. So to avoid those kind of issue, like we should have different kind of policy in our API. Okay. So we will discuss in detail, we will discuss about what kind of policy we should apply in which kind of API on which layer. Okay. All those kind of discussion we will do at the time of security policy. And here, like mostly we will be focused on OAuth, client ID enforcement. Okay. Those kind of policy we will apply on our API. And I will show you like how to create our own OAuth service provider. Okay, so there are many OAuth service provider available in market. You can take their service, or you can create your own OAuth service provider using Mulesoft OAuth connector. Okay, so here we will use our own OAuth service provider using Mulesoft connector. So I will show you how to develop that OAuth, like OAuth API. Okay, then we will go through CI/CD pipeline. Okay, once we will complete all this development and security policy is applied, then we need to deploy our application. So here we are going to use Azure CI/CD pipeline. So I will show you how to create Azure CI/CD pipeline. At the same time, I will show you other way of deployment also, like manual deployment and like deployment directly from Anypoint Studio. So we have three ways. One, you can export it, and Anypoint platform you can upload it. Okay. And another one we have directly you can deploy from the Anypoint Studio, and third way using CI/CD pipeline. So we will see and discuss all three ways. Okay. Mostly like company prefer to have CI/CD pipeline, but sometimes CI/CD pipeline setup is not there. In that case, you need to know manual deployment process also. Okay. Then at the end, we will have Splunk integration. So whatever logging we are doing here, okay, those loggings like need to capture on some logging framework. By default, it will go to Mulesoft. Like by default, it will go to like in Cloud Hub, we have default like logging framework. Okay, it will go there. But if you want to integrate with some external logging framework like Splunk and all, so then like you need this kind of logging framework setup. Okay, so I will show you how to create account on in Splunk, how to do this like setup in our application like log4j file, what all details you need to update there, and how this log will be captured in Splunk, and what all capabilities Splunk has to filter the logs and all. Okay, so all those kind of discussion we will do in this Splunk integration part. Okay, so this will be our entire course content. Okay, starting from software setup till like delivery, in your production environment with CI/CD pipeline and Splunk integration. Hope everyone clear till this point. Anyone has any point to highlight here, or you want to know more detail, or you want to add any point here? Okay, looks like no. But yeah, in between of class, like if you think something need to be covered to get more understanding, then yeah, you are feel free to add those points. Okay. Now, what all things like we'll do in this particular exercise? Okay. So first thing I want to highlight here, whatever project we are going to do, that will be almost 100% real-time project only. Okay. So that project, how we do in a company, similar kind of requirement will be there and similar kind of development approach will be there. Okay. It's not like you will do as a training program. Okay. It will be completely real-time project. Okay. Where 50% part I will develop and I will show you. Okay. So you will understand all the process and strategy you need to follow at the time of development. Okay. So 50% part development I will do by following all the company standards and everything. You will understand the process and you will do same thing in your system. Okay. And remaining 50% part, I will give you as a assignment, which you need to do by yourself. And if you people will face any problem, then I will help you. And that will be very important part. Okay. So once I will do things, you will see and you will definitely able to understand. But when you will do things by your hand from scratch, like rest of the 50% part, then only you will able to face the actual challenge, and you will get at that time you will get more in-depth learning. Okay, so that will be very important part. So be prepared for that part, and yeah, you need to spend time also there. Maybe daily basis 2 to 3 hours will be required. Okay, to complete the assignment part in 2 weeks. Okay. So here in this particular exercise, so what all things we will do? So first thing we will simulate one real world scenario. Okay. So I will tell you that business case, what business case we are going to work, and we will have all kind of diagram also to make you more clear on the business requirement part. Like we will have flow diagram, we will have sequence diagram, we will have API landscape diagram. Everything will be there. Okay. Then make use of Mulesoft out-of-box capabilities. Okay. So in Mulesoft, we have many components and connector. Okay. So here you need to use those out-of-box capabilities. Okay. And you need to complete the development. Include best practice experience. Okay. So here you need to use all the best practices. Okay. And that is very important. Okay. If you are not following any best practice, that will create security concern, that will create code maintenance concern. Okay, that will create, if someone want to review and someone want to enhance on your code, that will also create a problem. And wherever you are working, okay, you should definitely do peer review. And if your team member is not following those best practice and all, then you should tell them what all best practice they need to follow. Okay. So on the best practice part, I have one documentation also where I have captured many like things related to API governance. Okay, like what should be your project name, what should be your resource name, how you will select the methods, what all status code you should return, what all error codes you should return. So those kind of details I have captured in one document. So that document I will like explain to you people in next class, and will give you more understanding. Okay, on the best practices part. And at the time of development also, I will follow all those practice. So you will get more clear understanding. Okay. Then we will follow the API development lifecycle. So we will start from the RAML, then we will publish on Exchange, we'll take feedback, and then we'll go for development. Okay. And after that, unit testing, security policy, then CI/CD deployment, and then troubleshooting part also I will help you to understand. Okay. So these all things will be covered, like mule message, mule component will be used at the time of development. Okay. Immunity we will use, we will use for the automation purpose, like we will write the immunity script. And here we will see both method. We will see immunity recorder also, and we will see immunity manual also. Okay. Using both the way, we will do we will automate the testing process, unit testing process. Okay. At the time of API development lifecycle, there will be different kind of testing. Okay. One will be unit testing, which should be done by developer. Okay. Then second, we have SIT testing, integration testing, that will be done by testing team. And then we have UAT testing that should be done by user or business owner or product owner. And then after that, we will have different kind of testing like performance testing, load testing. Okay. So those again should be done by tester. Okay. So we will see and understand all those kind of testing. So I will help you to understand this performance and load testing also. Here we will use JMeter for this performance and load testing part. Okay. Then next. Okay. So once we will complete all this testing part, okay, once you will make sure everything is working fine, you have completed deployment, then you need to demo your project, what you have developed. Okay, you need to explain your complete set of API, their functionality, and all those development things what you have done. Okay, so demo part will be there at the very end once you will complete the assignment. Everyone clear on this? What objective we are going to meet through this program, or anyone has anything to discuss here?
It is clear already.
Okay. It's understood.
Yeah, Ravi, I'm good. Ravi, apart from RAML, we can use any other tools also, Ravi. I mean,
Swagger, you mean to say?
Yeah, Swagger, yeah.
That we can use, okay. But I will tell you one shortcut. Okay, let's say some company needs Swagger, okay, and you don't know how to write the syntax of Swagger. Anyhow, it should not be very difficult. If you know RAML, then things are very similar to RAML. But I will tell you one shortcut. We have one capability on Anypoint platform, so you can develop the RAML and automatically you can generate the Swagger.
From RAML, we can develop a Swagger also. That is what you are saying, right, Ravi?
Sorry. Tell me again.
From RAML, we can develop Swagger also. That is what you are conveying.
Yes, correct.
It's better to showcase us while we are practicing RAML, Ravi. Yeah, thank you.
Yes. Okay. Just remind me at that time. I will help you. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you.
Just give me 1 minute. So next here we have list of software which we are going to install. So we'll start from Anypoint platform. Okay. I hope many of you have already Anypoint platform account and you people has created this, but yeah, no worry on that part. If someone is from scratch, for them also, we will do, and we will create this Anypoint platform account. And then I will help you to do installation of Anypoint Studio. Then we will work on this repository part. So here we are going to use Azure repository. Okay. So we are going to use Azure DevOps kind of thing here. Okay. And then we will use the Git desktop. Okay. So Git desktop, it's a tool or ID, you can say, which will help you to do things by user interface. Okay. So in Git, like if you want to perform activity like clone and all, then what you need to do, you need to Git bash, you need to write the command and all. But using this Git desktop, you will get one, it will give you a graphical interface where you can perform all this activity. Okay, so it will be very easy to use. Okay, so we will discuss on that part, and we will, I will help you to do setup of this. Then Postman, like I will help you to install for the testing purpose. Then Maven we need to install. So by default, Anypoint Studio has inbuilt Maven. But if your project need any specific version of Maven, then how you will install and how you will integrate with your Anypoint Studio, that part we will discuss here. Same for JDK also. JDK will be like by default, Anypoint Studio has JDK. But if your project need any specific version of JDK and JRE, then how you will do that setup, we will discuss on that part. So, and then in this project, we are going to use Salesforce things. Okay, like we are going to use some few object of Salesforce. So for that purpose, I will help you to create Salesforce account. Okay, and here you will get some basic understanding of Salesforce admin part. Okay. So in Salesforce admin part, like what all things you need to know to complete this project. So that kind of detail and discussion we will do. Okay, I will help you to work on that part, and we'll maybe 1 hour on Salesforce admin part, like how to create custom object, how to create fields there inside the custom object. So all those kind of discussion we will do. Okay, and then for database part, like if you people want, you can do installation in your local system, like you can install in your local. But if you want to make your like laptop lightweighted, since other application will also be there, like Anypoint Studio and all, so those are heavy application. So what I will suggest, better to use this cloud version of database. Okay, so I will help you to create account on cloud version of database. So that will run on cloud and your system will not be overloaded. Okay. So for that part, we will work on the remote MySQL. And then here I mentioned Jira. Okay, this part also a small modification I will do. So instead of Jira, we will use Azure dashboard. Okay, Azure Jira dashboard, you can say. So that we are going to use this time. Okay. And then Confluence, I will show you. This is like a central repository where you can. Confluence is a central repository where you can keep your documentation and all. So I will show you how to create account on Confluence. Okay. For SMS and email part, we are going to use SMTP server. So that part, like here in our functionality, you need to send some kind of notification, email and SMS. So for that purpose, we will use this SMTP protocol. Okay. And then we will have this software installation for Splunk and CI/CD pipeline. Okay, I will show you both Azure CI/CD and Jenkins, how to do setup and all. Okay, so all this installation I will help you to do. If you people have like understanding on any of this setup, you people can do in your free time. Okay, but if you cannot do, then no worry on that part. Definitely, we will do all this setup in our class. Okay. And later on, if we will find anything more is required, then we will work on that part also. And this secure last one, secure property jar. Okay, so this is like a jar you need to encrypt and decrypt the data, encrypt the data. Okay, so we have two way of encrypting the data, sensitive information. Either you can use this jar, or we have inbuilt plugin in our Anypoint Studio. Okay, so both way are possible. So I will show you both the possible way, and yeah, we'll work on this secure property jar, like how to download and how to use it. Next, here I mentioned like next here I mentioned the key components. Okay, So what all key components we are going to use in this particular project? So here, like Salesforce, database, SMTP, object store. Okay, so object store also we will use in this project for storing the temporary data. Okay, so we need to cache OTP and all. Okay, for verification purpose. So for that we will use object store. At the same time, I will show you some external caching mechanism also, okay, which will help you in future whenever you are working on RTF deployment or you are working on on-premise deployment. Okay, at that time you need to know other even Cloud Hub 2.0 don't support the object store to object store v2. That part I need to double check. But if something it doesn't support object store v2, then you should know the external caching storage, what all capabilities what all available option we have in market, okay, and how to integrate with them, what all connectors are there. Okay, since if you have clustered environment, like you have multiple instances of same application, and if you will use object store v1, then there will be data discrepancy or data inconsistency. Okay, so for that purpose, we need to use this some external caching mechanism. Okay, so that part we will do in detailed discussion. Okay, at the time of development, since we have this functionality, we need to store data inside the cache. So we will discuss on that part. Okay, and other connector HTTP, API key, secure property, those kind of connector will work, and OAuth connector we will work to create our own OAuth service provider. Okay, so this connector Mulesoft has specially given for that purpose, and we will use this. Okay, but in project like there will be possibility you will get external OAuth service provider. Okay, so you that part also I will explain, and that will be very straightforward. In that case, you just need to call the REST API. Okay. So anyhow, we will discuss on that part once we will come on this security policy. Key component wise, here we will use batch processing, caching, choice router, scatter gather, loop, error handling component like continue, on error propagate. Then for business error, we will use rage error and we will use scheduler also. Okay, these kind of components will be key component at the time of our development. Okay, and security policy wise, we will work on OAuth, client ID enforcement, rate limiting, HTTP caching, basic auth, spike control. Okay, so OAuth, like I will tell you complete, like I will give you in detailed description of how this OAuth policy work first theoretically. Okay, that part is very important to know before working on this OAuth policy. Okay, so I will tell you about the all three roles in OAuth policy, like client, server, and OAuth service provider, and how like we'll make request to register a client, then how we will make request to generate a token, and then how we will make request to validate the token. So that kind of discussion we will do in detail at the time of applying this OAuth policy. And for client ID enforcement also, you need to know the core concept of why we need client ID enforcement instead of basic authentication. So that kind of discussion we will do at the time of security policy. Okay, everyone clear on this key component part, or anyone has any query or concern?
Ravi, just a small doubt, Ravi. Whether here we can use queuing mechanism, Ravi, somewhere in a connector, somewhere. I mean, it will also it can be covered, Ravi.
In this project, like whatever functionality I'm going to cover, I cannot see any use of queuing mechanism, since whenever we want to do asynchronous processing, okay, at that time we need this queuing mechanism. But in our case, we don't have such requirement, but let me see. Okay, at this moment, I cannot see any functionality or module where we need this, but I will let you know later on. Okay, but other things like database, Salesforce, and object store, OAuth, okay, that part will help you a lot to understand many things here. Okay, So we'll go in detailed discussion of those connectors and come. And if not, then I will try to cover it separately. Okay. Like only one just a small POC that will not be real time, since in real time I cannot see the scenario. So anyhow, in next session, we will discuss about the business case, which we are going to work. Okay. So at that time, we'll help you to understand, do we really need that? If not, then we'll do small POC on that part. Okay. Now coming to time schedule wise, so we will have class on Saturday and Sunday. Okay. Timing will be IST time 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Okay. Like almost it will be 3 hours. It might be a little bit up and down, but mostly it will be near to 3 hours. And then Eastern time will be 9:30 p.m. to 12:30. For EST, yeah, I think it's a bit late night, but I need to adjust with both IST and EST. So this time I think should be good for everyone. Okay. So next coming to doubt session, like we will have two doubt session, one on Wednesday, another one on Friday. Okay. And timing will be 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Okay, this might be small up and down, but we'll keep posting in our group. So I will add you in one private WhatsApp group. Okay, there, like we will keep posting the doubt session timing and all, and meeting link. Based on that, you can join the doubt session and you can ask if you have any doubt. At the time of class also, definitely you can ask, but in between, weekday, if you have something you want to discuss on priority basis, then you can connect on doubt session and you can ask. And then there are few learning materials are here. So what I will suggest, we will have like next class on coming Saturday. Okay. From that point, we will start our actual things. Okay. We will start from the requirement gathering. Okay. So what I will suggest here, before that, you people can, like, if you have already basic knowledge, then you can revise your concept. Okay. And if you people already revise your basic concept, then you people can get more in depth, like going through this project part and data week part. Okay. If you are completely new, then you want, or maybe you want to revise the concept, then you can go to this training part. I have shared the YouTube link. And if you people have the basic understanding and you want to go in a little bit detail, then you can go you can go with this project part and data week part. Okay, and try to utilize this week to complete all this part. So at the time of project development, you will be more focused on the project part, not learning or not struggling the Mulesoft core component learning. Okay. If you will have already learning of like knowledge of HTTP listener. Okay. So when I will explain things about the HTTP listener, then you will focus on the project perspective. But if you don't know HTTP listener, then you will focus to learn that component. Okay. So here I will suggest better to go through some basic understanding of those components and all. So when I will explain in the project part, definitely I will go in detail of those components, whatever we will use in this project. But I want you people to understand on the project perspective. Okay. Not to learn the component. Hope everyone clear. So try to utilize this 1 week and try to revise your basic concept. So by next, like by coming Saturday, you will be ready for the project part.
Can you give me these links if you don't mind?
Yeah. I will just now, I will share in our group. Okay. So you people can follow that link. Okay. And today, yeah, go ahead.
And one more thing. See, I'm from Tippo side. Suppose if I'm
Yes.
going to, if I'm go for a Tippo side, we have used some of the applications patterns like pub sub model and service patterns.
Yes, correct.
In the service patterns, we can use the reusable service and web services. Okay. The same way in
Yes.
the Mule also, suppose if I go for real-time project, right? How can
Yes.
we categorize the patterns?
we have different design pattern. Okay, what you mentioned pops up, and whatever design pattern you mention, okay, it's not about the TIPCO only. So it's about the integration. Okay, whatever
Yeah.
integration tool you are using, all integration tool, no matter it's a Mulesoft, TIPCO, Delbumi, or Oracle integration like OSB or SOA Beeple, everyone follow the same integration pattern. Okay, so here in this project, we will follow the one-way data transformation, like that is scheduler one. Okay, we will work on the REST API integration pattern. Okay, PubSub, I don't think at this moment we are going to use. Okay, we will have bidirectional data one. Okay, that integration pattern also we will follow bidirectional one. Okay, so few we will follow. I think around 7 to 8 pattern are there, but we will follow 3 to 4. Even we will follow the event-driven one, event-driven integration pattern. That also we are going to follow this project. Okay, so if you want to know in the integration like architect perspective, then yeah, I will help you to highlight which place we are going to follow which pattern.
Yeah, Ravi, that's very helpful for us. If you can give me, otherwise, if you have any links, I'll follow on that.
Okay, better I will at the time of class only, like once we will complete the requirement gathering, just after that, just remind me, we will discuss this, all the integration pattern, and I will try to correlate with our like requirement.
Sure, Ravi. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Okay, anything else anyone want to discuss throughout this, like what I have explained? Okay, if not, then just now, like after this meeting, I will share those links, 4 links, okay, and that list of software, okay, what I have shared. So you people can check what all software you have already. So just make a note what all you have and what all you need to install. And another thing that is related to like few links I shared about the learning part to brush up your knowledge. So please start working on those part, like try to spend 2 to 3 hours on daily basis and just revise or brush up your basic concept. So at the time of project, you will be more focused on the advanced learning, not on the, like you will not struggle to learn the basic things. Okay. And in this project, like we will follow all the advanced or standard concepts which you should or you must need to follow at the time of development when you are delivering any client project. Okay. So fine then, we are good for today introduction session. We will have our first technical session on coming Saturday. Before that, everyone, please try to be ready for the technical part. Okay. Yeah. Thanks, everyone.
By the way, how many weeks will be there? This one project about duration? What is the duration?
Okay. 6 weeks.
Sounds good.
Ravi, you're going to share this PPT and recording also, right?
Recording, I will share. PPT, I don't think you people need, but if you want, I can share. But better, I will send you that link, like for those video. And then another one, I can send you that list of software. Okay, I will share just after this class. Okay, fine then. And for all those detail and discussion, I will keep posting things in our private group, what I created for this project. Okay, so I will share all the information in that private WhatsApp group, and you people can like keep following that. Okay, whatever things I am mentioning there. So like try to focus on those things and try to do same. Okay, about the class timing and all, about the any learning part, if any link or anything is there, then whatever like video recording I will upload, I will keep sharing in that private WhatsApp group. Okay, so you can follow everything in our group.